Hello everyone, this is Quantum Strike here. I'm going to be playing Poppy in the top lane in this game replay of League of Legends. We're going to start off with the reworked Crystalline Flask, not sure the name of it now, and we're just going to head top lane with Singed. With Poppy, you're going to want to make sure that you want to take Thunderlords. It's a very strong mastery on her, considering her combo-based kit. Something that a lot of people don't really know about Poppy is that she's got a lot of damage between like the first two levels. You can really chunk someone down really fast. Unfortunately, I was in lane against Singe, so you're not going to see a lot of trading happening because everyone knows that you don't ever want to try to trade or chase with Singe because he will win. But make sure that you always just try to farm. I'm a terrible example of this. I'm a bad farmer, but once you learn how to use her shield toss and her auto attacks better, like they're kind of different from most because they've got a bit of extra range. Obviously, the shield is a ranged auto attack, but her hammer has a surprisingly long range for autos. So you'd be surprised at how you can position yourself to still get CS. Just try to harass with your Q when they come up to CS, because you're almost guaranteed 2 hits from their Q if you use it when they're coming up to CS. You're gonna see the Singe do this a lot. Whenever I'm using my shield on a minion or him, you're gonna see him walk over and try to pop the shield by standing on it. What you want to do when your laner is using this technique against you is try to like notice when your shield goes to an area of the wall. Try to reposition yourself like you're gonna go farm for a minion, and then when they go to pop your shield, just use your E and charge them into the wall, get the stun, and then get a free trade off of it. Now, in this game, I did unfortunately have Ignite instead of Teleport. I'm not sure if I just forgot to change the summoner or what, but make sure either Ignite and Teleport, they both work on Poppy, but if you're going for Ignite, you want to go for a more offensive build. Unfortunately, against Singe, you can't really kill him that much, but you can still use Ignite when you just need that like last extra tick of damage from a gank or something. As you can see, we're getting a gank from Trundle here. You got a very good all-in potential, and I see a lot of people do this. They're so afraid to use Poppy's dash that because of the fact that it can push them away to safety, that they almost never use it and only use it for a guaranteed wall stun. But you gotta remember that your dash, even though the first part it doesn't do a lot of damage, it still does damage. So you can use this to proc Thunderlords or just gap close for the last auto from your shield just to finish someone off as well. You don't always have to use it for the stun against the wall. As you can see, you just want to do quick burst trades with Poppy, like a quick EQ auto maybe, and then leave. Don't ever want to do a sustained fight. Just whenever your Thunderlord's proc is up, you just want to try to proc it and then walk away from the fight as fast as you can. Unless you're going for an all-in, but you really shouldn't be doing that again against Singe. If it was a more aggressive top laner like a Ribbon or a Gangplank, then you'd want to do that. I'm just gonna speed this up a little. Now, in this fight, there's a couple things that happen. So, I now have my ult at level 7. I can use this to finish someone off or use it to displace. Now let's just rewind a bit and talk about what happened in that fight. So, uh, what you want to notice is even though uh, I was saying that you normally can't all in Singe, you wanna try sometimes, because he's gonna make mistakes. As you can see from just the quick burst trades that I've been doing, he's gone pretty low because I've constantly been proccing Thunderlords on him. Now I'll eventually be able to all in him. I was considering trying to just dive him straight up to finish him off, but I did figure that would be a bad plan considering he could just toss me over his shoulder and then continue to walk away after I used my E, and that would be a problem. So what I did here is I just pushed the wave in real fast, and I saw his pink ward in the bush, so I was planning to go over and then kill that real fast. So once we got the big wave pushed in, he's gonna just sit there and farm under tower, so it's a free pink ward for me. I can just clear it out, make sure that they don't have vision of my wards that I put in the river brush. If I did have teleport, I would be able to participate more in the team, but since I have ignite in the top lane, I gotta focus on just on my lane alone and wait and help the team later in the game after I get some items and some stacks on like a farm. Now, I just proc Thunderlords, and just a quick E shield into your Ignite, it was enough to finish him off. And people don't expect the damage from the Thunderlords. If you proc it twice with your Q, it's a good chunk of health. So you can sometimes just quickly run in there and finish him off. Now, here we've got another gank from Trundle. Singe looks like he's pretty full, and you're not supposed to chase Singe, but I was able to push him away from Trundle, trying to keep him from finishing him off. And then I used the Q to zone him so he couldn't go back to tower. And then as he's escaping, he just flashed. It's a free ult for me because he walked right past tower, which means he can't juke to the left. So I just had to go for the right, and he had to take the hit and die from it. So you gotta be really careful about your positioning, because you need to be careful of Poppy's ult. Now, a lot of people use the ult too fast, and it ends up just saving the person. Here's another fight. As soon as I missed that wall stun, I should have left. Because, as you can see, Trundle and I got stacked on Zed's shadows, and he was just able to rip through us both. Now, here, Rengar came in. That was unnecessary from Rengar at all. I was already dead. But the fact that I missed my wall stun and continued to fight a Zed that has been doing relatively well in the game, that was a bad move on my part there. I'm just gonna try to wander down mid or then go down to bot as I see the fights breaking out down there. Now let's rewind this to a bit before until I enter. So what you're gonna see here is this is a pretty long fight. Alright? I'm over here with Brand. We're getting a little bit countered, but then Vayne comes in, great wall stun on Rengar, and I just immediately turn on Zed as soon as he gets in the wall stun. Now, he used his shadow to escape my last auto hook. I used my ult to hit Blitzcrank out of the way, so it would just be us and Zed, so we can finish him off. I flash over and go for the charge, but he ults me. Now, as you can see, I go down. This puts Zed above me, so I can push him into the wall right there. Unfortunately, I was just out of range, but it was still quite effective. I am gonna get killed by the Blitzcrank and Zed ult, but as you can see, that like when you're fighting a Zed or someone else that goes untargetable, like a Yi or a Katarina, you gotta make sure that you position yourself that when as soon as they become targetable again, you can immediately get that wall stun. It's a lot of quick burst damage you can get on them. Now, in the map we have Singe, he's doing Scuttle Crab, and then Rengar down there. Now, if I had known Singe was doing Scuttle Crab from the vision I had earlier, I would have been able to go down and trade with him. However, Zed comes up, so if I did attempt that, I would have been killed. As you can see, we got bot lane continuing. I'm just slowly trying to keep my farm up top lane. Bot trying to get some kills. However, as this continues the trade, Vayne does get pulled under tower by Blitzcrank, and that's just gonna kill her. But they did get a kill on Ezreal, so that was pretty good. Now here's another fight. Rengar jumps in with his ult. Zed ulted Trundle. I'm getting pushed away. They're closing on me, so I use my hammer to knock them away from me, and then I just try to dive on Zed real fast, but he backs off. Now, as you can see, Singe comes back up. This was a very big mistake from Singe. Brand gets a nice stun on him, and then there's so many walls around that I just had to hit E, and I dashed him right into the wall, got the wall stun, and we all just start turning on Zed. Unfortunately, Rengar flashes over the wall and gets a quick combo on me, finishing me off, but Brand does finish off the 2 kills, so it was still a worth trade. It was a 3 for 2 in our favor. Blitz and Ezreal, though, however, have been getting some kills in the bot lane and been trading with Vayne and Lux rather frequently. Brand's just gonna farm up mid while I farm up top and push that in, trying to keep and kill Singed. However, it's been increasingly more and more difficult because he's just been getting tankier, and I'm only building half damage. I'm building half damage, half tank. I have I have a Phage, a Spirit Visage, a Hammer, and a boots of swiftness right now, so I've got some great mobility and utility, but I don't really have any damage or real tankage, so I can't dive the Singed yet. Uh, Rift Herald is taken by our team, but Trundle is immediately killed by Rengar, and Zed then gets another combo on Brand in the mid lane. As you can see, by the kills in the top, it's 18 to 15. They are winning in gold by about 2,000 gold, and they're also winning in towers. We have not taken a single tower on the enemy team yet. Baron is a live buff, so we have to be careful about team fights, because if we lose a team fight, they might be able to take Baron with Ezreal and Zed being able to do so much damage to it. This is a little bit of an odd situation for us. We don't have a lot of range. We only have Brand and Lux, really. Our Vayne, yeah, she's a ranged 80 carry, but she's got one of the smallest ranges out of everyone. And compared to Ezreal, who can just launch Qs from a distance, we're at a severe range advantage. Like, they've gone that so much. Now, I notice Rengar here. He's way out of position. I got a great wall stun, full combo on him, and I'm just going to take him out before the fight can really begin. Just finish him off with my ult there. Now, Singed comes in. I could have walked down and grabbed my balloon, but I was able to do this. Unfortunately, he did flip me back into his adhesive, but because of his positioning, I was able to get above him and get that wall stun right into the corner of the mid lane wall right there. And we get some slows on him so we can chase him down and finish him off. Then we gotta go back to the fight. Zed is taken out by Vayne, and Trundle takes out the Singed. And then I was able to circle back in. Blitzcrank had a flash. If he did not flash, I was going to be able to push him back into my team. I then try to flash push him into the wall. However, I was not quite in range. Ezreal is here. I'm a little bit in trouble being targeted by tower. I have to circle around. I realize that I can get behind them and then push them back into my team from behind. So that's exactly what I do here. Just come in right behind tower, which is pretty risky. Get a great charge on Blitzcrank. I almost did not kill him, but I was able to use my shield passive auto attack range to finish him off and still walk out of tower unharmed, or unkilled at least. Rengar is here. He's gonna just go back in the jungle and farm. I have to back to base and then farm up myself again because I have fallen behind. Now the tide has shifted to our favor just a little bit. We're about 500 gold ahead of the enemy team. And here's another fight. Got a combo on Singed there, trying to burst him down real fast, but Trundle just gets melted. But here, Brand and Vayne do some massive work. Brand gets a good ult. They kill Rengar before he can completely jump on Vayne. I am trying to chase down Zed. He flashes away from him, and my only hope is that my hammer will kill him. Unfortunately, it does not, and he does live with a very small amount of health, and he's just able to walk right on out of there, unfortunately. But he did burn Flash, and he and Singed both did escape, and we did kill Rengar. So, overall, it's a worthwhile trade for us. However, it is unfortunate that he did not die for my ultimate. Here, Brand gets picked off in the mid lane. He has to back to base, very close to death. Blitzcrank is doing massive work from their team. I'm trying to get another flanking maneuver, as I did in the last large team fight. I was able to get some good flank maneuvers in. So I'm trying to do that again here, but what it ends up doing is I just end up staying in these side bushes way too long. I go and kill Scuttlecrab for the extra vision. I see Ezreal, and I want to get in the bush so I can flank him, hopefully wall stun him, but he did see me and was able to bait me into his team, got ulted by Zed and pulled by Blitzcrank, and I was just utterly destroyed, leaving my team to have to fight the battle without me. Fortunately, Brand did get a kill on Singed, and Blitzcrank and Rengar just continued to get picks on our team, and they just were utterly destroyed because I got caught out of position so far away from everyone else. They couldn't even get over there to help me because I was so far away. That was a very bad play. I just gotta go farm top lane, and hopefully we can do some stuff. Now, this is another team fight. Barely won this one. So let's take a look at this. I'm coming in here. I want to kill this Blitzcrank. He's been really annoying, but I also got to get Rengar off of Lux. Unfortunately, they kill her too fast. I decided to just try to stay on Rengar, and this Blitzcrank again just pulls me away from my target, and then they can regroup and come in. Now Vayne, she's coming in here. She's looking for some kills. She quickly takes care of Blitz, One crit on Rengar is enough to kill him at that point, and she gets a great wall condemn with onto Zed, being able to take him out pretty fast. Unfortunately, Ezreal does take her out, but that was a great turnaround. Now, Trundle comes in here. He just took out Singed up top, and he tries to fight Ezreal, but Ezreal just kites him around very well and ends up just turning the tables on him and killing him outright. And then Ezreal continues to push. Now, again, we've lost the lead. We're down by 3,000 gold now. They are continuing to get better results in team fights than us, so we've got to try to change something up here. Unfortunately, we did not realize this at the time, and we just continued to just fight them, and it did not end well for us. Here we're just all starting to farm, get some buffs, hopefully that we can use them to turn the tide next team fight. Try to get another flank, but when Singed put down his adhesive, I realized that that was warded. Coming in here around Blitz, see Singed, realize it's a bad idea. Again, I'm just trying to get a flank maneuver as I did the other time. Rengar comes in, gets a pick on Brand. I try to come in and help. However, I just can't really do anything. I'm out of position. I have to flash. I use my ult to knock Rengar away from me so I could escape. And here I thought, if Singed chases me, maybe I can get a quick combo on him and finish him off. But then Zed comes around the corner. I miss my Q, and I do get a stun on Zed, but I did not get to do any damage. They're all chasing me. I'm trying to run, and I run right into Blitzcrank, use my E, hoping to get gap close and maybe finish him off real quick and keep running, but he did just press R and utterly kill me there because of the giant radius of his ult. So unfortunately, another lost team fight. Here, they're going to try to get Baron, realize they can't do it, and just go back to farming their jungle, getting ahead, trying to get ready for another objective steal. Again, Blitzcrank getting another pick on Brand. We try to go in after him. I got a quick combo on him, but he does manage to escape because I did not get a wall stun with my E. And he just walks right out there because Zed came up to reinforce him. Our Trundle is a little bit of getting picked off in the top lane by Ezreal and Singed. He's just going to have to back away and farm the jungle again. I'm going to try to come in and finish his blitz, but he's just being very good with his grabs, holding on to them for the right moment. Try to switch targets to Zed because I thought he was close enough to the wall. Here comes Rengar with his ulting in, flashes. Unfortunately, he does get Lux, but I get a wall pin on him and stun him and kill him onto the tower destroyed that was there. I try to use my ult to knock Zed away from Vayne there. However, he was too fast with his shadows and was able to teleport back before I could actually hit him with my ult. Now that that's team fight is next happening, we're slowly poking them down. Brand's doing a very good job of that. Ezreal, however, is taking top lane this whole time. This whole time it's been a 4v5 and they've been winning. So they've got a free push on top lane, and then Ezreal just winds up getting a kill on Trundle there, while we're still in trouble mid. I realize that Zed has gone over the wall here, and that I might be able to get another kill here. So I pick up my shield so I can get some speed, activate my W for more speed. Blitzcrank, he's running away as fast as he can with his speed up, but I get my shield on and know him in range for my EQ combo, finish him off real quick, and then I just leave because I know that chasing Singed will result really well for me. So I just leave it alone and I go back to pushing the lane with my teammates. As we can see, Rengar is still going around the jungle, just farming up, waiting for that late game power spike where he can just kill anyone like that Lux there, because she was caught way out of position. I come back in, try to help Brand. I know I'm too late, miss my ult, so now I'm in trouble. Try to get a pin and a kill on Singed real fast, but again, I was just taken out by Zed so fast because I don't have enough armor resistance. I currently have a Black Cleaver, Banshee's Veil, Strake's Glaze, Boots of Swiftness, and I'm working on Iceborne Gauntlet because of the Sheen procs on Poppy's shield auto is so strong. It just makes for a really great item on her. Again, we're getting picked off. We're engaging over, and we're engaging when we're behind, so it's resulting in a lot of deaths for us. Here, Lux gets a great snare under tower, but she just doesn't have enough damage to kill him. And as soon as Brand pops out of his Zonia's state, Blitzcrank just gets a good hook on him, kills him from just that alone. And we're just again and again losing a team fight after another team fight, and we're slowly losing to objectives off of it. they're gonna start taking barons soon, and they're gonna be able to use those barons to push and win. Uh, and just the baron buffs, since we can't leave base because we have to defend the minions, we're having such problems because we're not winning the team fights, so we can't push out the lanes, and the minions just keep pouring in, and they're starting to do some pretty hefty damage to our base. So we've got to try to clear out the lanes. We know we can't win team fights at this point, but we can't win 1v1s either because Rengar has such great mobility that he can almost make any 1v1 into a 1v2, and then we're going to lose a team fight off of that. Again, just Brand gets picked off. My ult is dodged by Zed's ult, unfortunately, so I could not knock them away from our base. And here comes Rengar with his ult, just trying to find another pick. Here he comes in tower range. I knock him back, trying to separate him from his team, which was successful. However, we're still at a disadvantage here because they're almost 8,000 gold ahead of us at this point, and they're continually getting picks on us by using the Rengar and Zed ults and then the Blitzcrank hooks that we're just getting farther and farther behind. Again, they're just trying to find a pick with the Blitzcrank hook. We can't even leave our own base to push out the waves to stop the minions or anything. We can't contest any neutral objectives because if we leave the base, they're just going to get a pick on us and then turn the tide of a team fight at any time with a Zed ultimate or a Rengar ultimate, that we would be in some serious trouble. So we gotta just try to stay under the towers and farm and hope that the enemy team makes a mistake that we can capitalize on. Unfortunately, they're playing it pretty safe with the hooks, but we finally did get a break. They overextended just a little bit, and Rengar and Zed were not there, and they're kind of their powerhouses. Now, we attempt to do this Baron. I go and try to stop Rengar from interfering, but he picks off Trundle and Lux, so I have to I deal with him, but Zed comes in and just shuts me down. And Rengar and Zed were able to kill 3 members of our team while only losing Rengar. So it was a 2v3 and they only lost 1, and where we lost all 3. Which is a huge deal. They're able to pretty much solo our entire team. And again, just Blitzcrank almost getting another pick on Vayne there, just from his combo. And he's the support. And he doesn't have a lot of damagey items. Now, he does have Abyssal Scepter and Void Staff, but that's not enough to be able to just 100 to 0 the ADC like that. Here I try to find a pick on Ezreal, but again, Zed and Rengar, they're just everywhere in this game, stopping any sort of aggression that we want to throw out. And it's been a really huge problem that we can't really deal with. Again, I'm just roaming around the jungle trying to find someone overextended so I can get them with a good wall stun to unleash a full combo on them. However, everyone's pretty much been playing it safe, pushing the lanes. But here, except for Rengar, I was able to get good wall stun and my team was there to follow up. We were able to get that kill. Here we proceed to chase down Singed. However, we are chasing Singed and we know that that's not a good plan. I knock him away so that he can't hurt Vayne in this team fight. However, Zed ultimate did end up killing Vayne. We go for another Baron. Now, this Baron is pretty much guaranteed. I'm zoning the enemy team out so the team can take Baron, but too many of our teammates peel away from Baron, so we can't finish Baron off, and Sin just walks right in and just steals it from us. Like, he just walks straight in and just auto attacks it once and it's his. While our teammates just sort of let him do that, unfortunately. Now, we were able to kill them, so none of them actually had the Baron buff benefit, but if we had been able to get that Baron buff, it would have been huge for us and might have been able to push down a lane or defend our own towers better. But just because of that one steal alone, we can't get any sort of foothold to come back on. As we can see here, another team fight. This is a really hectic team fight. There's just people everywhere, and we're gonna have to take another look at this. Alright, so here it comes. It starts off with Trundle getting ultimated by Zed. So Zed's ult is down. I'm trying to get some aggro on Rengar, and I realize I'm in such a bad place. I've got 3 people around me, and they're just all starting to wail on me. Uh, Rengar goes off, and I try to run. I've distracted them long enough that my team was able to pick off Rengar. I'm trying to consider how to get out of here, and I see Blitzcrank over the wall. I use my charge, and I'm able to get him over the wall, stun him, so that my teammates can finish him off. And I was able to walk out of there with the assistance of Lux and her shields. So I was able to escape that team fight, even though I was in such bad positioning. But I was able to keep most of their damage occupied for so long that my teammates were able to quickly burn through their front line and able to assist me and push off of that. So we got a couple towers off of that. They have 4 towers or 7 towers down, and we only have 4. However, we were able to get a good push off. We're feeling pretty good because we were able to win that team fight, and we're hoping that we can still bring this game back. As you can see here, they got another neutral objective, but this time we're going to get kills on it. I finished off Blitzcrank, and I see Ezreal shift over the wall. I flash after him and use my E combo. Didn't realize that both Rengar and Zed were there. However, I was still able to eliminate Ezreal, and because we were able to pop Zed's Guardian Angel, we were able to eliminate him as well. So it was another huge fight for us. We're slowly popping back into this game. We're trying to get some objectives in. We get another pick on Rengar after he stays too long, but again, they just always has someone else split pushing another lane. So Singed gets an inhibitor tower, which means someone can just walk up top lane and take our inhibitor if we try to team fight anywhere else. Now here, while most of their team is still dead, we do get their mid inhibitor, which means we're going to have super minions spawning in that lane and pushing it, hoping that maybe we can use that to our advantage, go push another lane so that both lanes are pushing at the same time and hopefully to split their forces. Unfortunately, we do try to do another team fight, and it does not seem to gonna go well. We got Brand getting slowed by the ghosts, and Rengar coming in with Zed. I try to get some wards out so we can see some people, maybe get a pick of our own, but it's just being a large problem at the moment. I'm just using my shield basic attack to harass them, stay out of their range, try not to engage until the whole team's ready. And we're going to get an engage here. I'm off to the side, trying to let them overextend so I can then use my charge ability to knock them into a favorable position for us. And I'm just constantly going back and forth, trying to find a good positioning. I do end up clearing the blue ward in the bush over here. And then I'm trying to find another opening, just trying not to force anything too much, because that would end it a loss for us if we don't get anything out of it. Here Trundle comes in. I'm just sort of staying in our backline, waiting for our Rengar and Zed to come in, trying to stop them when they use their ults. Here I push Rengar away from my carries, and then Brand and Lux, they just keep walking back and forth, not really doing anything in this team fight. Here Vayne and I were in the thick of the fight. We're trying to burn down some people, and Brand and Lux just keep walking back and forth. Every now and then they're throwing out abilities, but still, like, they did not stick out the whole through the fight, which meant we could have finished them off earlier. I try to loop back in. I know they're all pretty low. I use my ult and I miss again, unfortunately, which means I'm then get picked off for nothing. If I'd hit my ult, I was probably going to be able to kill Ezreal or Blitzcrank, and then maybe be able to kill the other one before Zed could come kill me. However, because I did miss, it was very unfortunate that I was not able to get anyone. Here, Blitzcrank gets another pick on our Brand. He's getting so many hooks today. It's actually pretty crazy how many he's been hitting this game, and they've just been resulting in so much for his team. Now, at the moment in time, I've gone a bit tankier. I still have my Black Cleaver, Banshee's Veil, Stakes Gauge. I finished my Iceborne Gauntlets, and I got Maw of Malmortius for a little extra magic resist from Singed and Ezreal and Blitzcrank. And then I have still my enhanced boots of swiftness. So we're coming down to some of the final times of the fight. If someone gets killed, their respawn timer is so long at the moment. Here I try to get a quick engage on Zed, try to pop his Guardian Angel, but I realize I have to flash away, use my ult to knock their tank away from them, so it's free pickings for us. We're circling in here. I'm coming in trying to get a kill on Rengar, but again, Zed just ults me, deters me away. I have to leave because I'm so low at the moment. I could have gone back right here, but I know my team still needs me. They're still fighting, so I'm trying to stay around in case I can do anything else to help. Bran gets a good damage off on Ezreal here. Lux finishes him off, and then Zed comes in. I'm trying to come in over to help Lux. Zed finishes her off. I'm coming in. I was able to get a quick combo on him, and then his Ignite damage over time killed me, unfortunately. So, at the moment, our whole team is dead. Rengar is going up, trying to go for an Nexus turrets. He's going in. He gets a kill on our Trundle while Sin splits spot, and they just realize that our whole team's dead for so long that they can just end the game right then and there. Unfortunately, this does end up into a defeat for us. However, it was such a long game that I felt I should try to make a recording of it based on how long it was and how good it was. So they uh, did end up winning. It was a very long game, very well played from both sides, and that's all for us, folks.